Networking Arizona is sponsored by Hypnotic One. You can check them out on the web at hypnotic1.com. That's hypnotic, the number 1.com.
Welcome to Networking Arizona with host Carol Blonder. You'll hear interviews with businesses located throughout the valley. Networking, it makes a difference.
Welcome to the show, everyone. As you all know, I made it possible for everybody to talk about themselves on the radio. We are also live on Facebook, so I'm going to say hi to everybody, like us, follow us, and after the show, I'm going to share the show. Everybody seems to love those for some reason. I think it just is a lot of fun for people to see everyone that's in here, as opposed to just listening to us. I have with me Doc. He's the owner of Hypnotic One. He is not only been on here for almost 8 years now, but he's helped thousands of people from all over the world, basically, practically, that he's been doing this for over 30 years. You're now on my television show as well. The television show is be airing tomorrow, Saturdays from 11 to noon on Channel 7, so we're excited about that. Welcome to the show, Doc. Well, I can't even talk now because I shouldn't have talked to you before. Go ahead.
It's always great to be here, Carol, and I tell you what, I love the TV show. I love being on it, and you'll see me on there about every other week. You've got a great show on there. You've got a great radio show. It does get us businesses out there in front of people so that they start to understand that, hey, when we're a professional, we'll put the money out there, we'll do the advertising, we will go out there to help people achieve their goals.
And that's what you do. You, Doc, you've been doing what you do for over 30 years, and you've got a 98% success rate. You do things differently than anybody else out there that is a quote-unquote hypnotherapist.
And that's right. Whether you're a hypnotherapist or a psychiatrist, psychologist, it doesn't matter. You're trying to help people overcome their problems psychologically and physiologically. And that's what I do a little bit different than a psychologist does, because he does talk therapy. I don't do talk therapy. We get to the root cause of it. I don't do what a psychiatrist does, because he's going to give you medication to suppress that feeling. I bring them feelings up, and we're going to get you changed around within a few weeks, and sometimes just within a few sessions.
Well, I know for sure, because we had somebody that was a big-time smoker that was a guest on my show listening to you, and I would say probably at least 4-pack-a-day smoker for 40 years, and within, I don't know, she said 2 or 3 days, that was it. You made a complete change in her.
Yeah, we just reprogrammed. That thing sitting on your shoulders is electrochemical organic computer, and just like a computer on your desk or in your office, it gets a virus in it. And your virus says, hey, you're either overweight or you're a smoker or drug addict or depressed or whatever. Let's take and reprogram that, get the virus out of there, so you're not trying to overcome that feeling each and every day. You're actually waking up in the morning feeling refreshed and ready to go and ready to meet the challenge of the day, because without the challenges of the day, you can never be successful. And a lot of people in depression, they start looking at every challenge as something against them. It's an opportunity for them to be successful. So the thing is we got to get those people to think different. When you think different, you react different. When you react different, you do different actions, you get different results. It's kind of simple.
Now, you do a free 60-minute consultation for everybody, and it's a customized program that you make to meet their needs.
Every one of the persons, and I've worked with over 43,000 people, maybe 45,000 by now. I've worked in 4 different countries, worked in Australia for 7 years, worked down in Honduras in the hospital, delivered 30 babies my first week in Honduras. We did 12 operations the next week without any anesthetic. And now I just heard somebody say the other day that the Mayo, or one of the big clinics here in town, was using hypnotherapists in their operating rooms to do the same thing. Well, I did this 30-some years ago, so it's nothing new for me. Well, and if you can do that, I'm sorry, but if you can take pain away, if you can redirect your thought process on that, breaking a habit's pretty simple, and breaking addiction is too.
I want to say something too. You happen to mention the Mayo Clinic, that they're doing that there. We literally have had doctors reach out to me that have heard you on this show, that have come to their wits' end with a client, or their patient, and they need your help.
And that's it. When they went to their wits' end, as you call it, they call and say, "Hey, I can't do anything with this. Can you do something?" And all of a sudden, within a few days, that client that they worked with for a few months is all of a sudden, I hate to use the word cured because it's not really the right word. It's not healed, but they totally changed their attitude and move forward.
Now, you won't let them fail.
The only way you can fail, stay home and do it your way. It's just like anything else. I school you. Otherwise, I educate you what you need to do. It's not a magic wand, but I educate you, then I motivate you, and then we go back and eliminate what has been pulling you back into that rut all the time.
And you also say that you give them a lifetime guarantee.
That lifetime warranty is what really excites the people, because once I tell you how much it is, you can have as many sessions you want. If I have to custom make a CD for you, then that's included in it also, but I usually have enough CDs already made out there for you. But if you get off smoking or alcohol or drugs or whatever it may be, or depression, and maybe a year or 2 years down the road, it starts coming back. You can give me a call and say, "Hey, you know what, Doc, I need a tune-up. How much is it?" It's free. Get back in there. There isn't a doctor, there isn't a psychologist, psychiatrist, or an attorney around that does that.
Now, you can call him direct because he's on the air right now with me. And so just leave a message. Maybe it's you. Maybe it's someone that you know that's dealing with something. Doc can help. All you have to do is leave a message and tell him what's going on, and he'll call you right back. The number is 602-547-0446. The website is hypnotic1.com. And I happen to know something today that you don't know, Doc.
What is that, Carol?
That on your website that you have some of your TV segments on there, and there's a YouTube page too that they can go to, and they can see some of that, and it's pretty cool that we put them up there.
Yeah, that's on hypnotic1.net.
Okay.
Because I've got about 3 different websites out there, and that's the primary one right now. Hypnotic One, HYPNOTIC, the number 1.net.
So that's cool because mine has a net too, so now we even have that in common. But anyway, so
we have a lot of things in common. For the simple fact is we don't let people fail. We get the word out, and that's a big thing. You do it with the businesses, I do it with the people. You get businesses to change how they look at advertising. Advertising doesn't cost money, it makes you money. And same thing with coming in with me. People hate to spend money at different times, but they really like making it. And when they come into me, all of a sudden they're not spending $3,500 a year on smoking. They're not spending $10,000 a year on alcohol or drugs. They're not spending $20,000 or $30,000 a year on gambling. All of a sudden, they're making the money, they're saving the money, and they're moving forward, and they get rid of that depression, they get rid of the guilt, they get rid of all the negatives in their life, and they got better communications with each and every person around them.
now the phone number to call them direct, it's 602-547-0446, and I'm going to let it go ahead today and put out the new website with all of the television on there, so you can check him out, see what we're doing there, but you can actually see him, and the number that's Hypnotic, the number 1.net. Check it out. It's pretty cool. Okay, so for something before we go to a break, what would be, I know everybody like now we're dealing with depression. A lot of people are depressed and this and that. What's high on the radar right now with you?
It's still depression. It's been that way for a couple of years. They'll come in for stop
Ever
smoking.
since the crash.
Maybe it has been that long, but they'll come in for stop smoking or weight loss or anything else, but the bottom line is the real problem is depression. It's the procrastination, it's the fear of failure, and sometimes it's the fear of success. And I've even got clients on video, and they'll tell you they was afraid of success.
A lot of people are, but there's other people that really quickly, before we go, that they want success. They even want it in gambling. You've even had to help people do better at that.
That's it. I had a young man come in, and he wanted wanted to be a better Texas Hold'em player, and all of a sudden he was. For the simple facts, he got rid of his tells, and he started picking up on everybody else's.
See that? So there's all sorts of ways that you could use Doc he's the owner of Hypnotic One. He's helped many, many, many people throughout the years that he's been on my show. I know for a fact. And on the number to call him direct, tell him what's going on, and he'll get right back to you. The number is 602-547-0446. Check him out on this new website. It's Hypnotic, the number one.net. And check out the TV show. He's really cool on it.
If I traded it all, if I gave it all away.
So welcome back, everyone. And I'm talking with Doc. He's the owner of Hypnotic One. He has helped so many people. He's talking in here. It's so interesting when we listen to you talking about how you can help people in so many different ways. And I love doing that with you, Doc. So I want to do that now, if that's
and we
okay.
have fun. We have fun in here, and I hope everybody on the radio waves hear that it is fun when I do things in with Carol. She makes it fun. But I also make it fun for therapy in my studio, because most therapy is not fun at all, but we make it fun.
You do. And the reason why is because a lot of people do, like you said at the break here, they have a fear of all of this.
And the thing is I help people put themselves in control of their life and their emotions and their actions instead of being controlled by their people, places, things, or events in the past. And that's a big thing. If you always do what you've always did, you always get what you've always got. So we always change that. Know what you want in life instead of knowing what you don't want.
And also, what I love what you do is when people come in, you don't just sit down and ask them what's going on and then give them a CD or whatever. You literally teach them. Because
I teach
it's
them
educating.
How to think.
You educate them on what it is that you're actually doing, because not everybody understands what hypnosis really is.
It's just one of the tools I use. It's a tool, but it's really the whole process and the program of changing a person's outlook, their perception of how it is. Because if you perceive something to be very hard, nasty, dirty, whatever it may be, you don't want to do it. And we change that perception. All of a sudden, the person doesn't need that sugar, doesn't need the alcohol, doesn't need the drug, doesn't need to smoke. And even the people that come in that are hooked on sodas, they think that they can't get rid of it. And all of a sudden, a week later, they're not drinking soda and they don't miss it, and they take off about 5 pounds that first week. And that's the big thing, is when I work with somebody the first week, I tell them, try not to make any changes. The smoker will either stop smoking that first week and just listen to the CD and read through the book, or he'll cut in half. And on the first session, 98% of my people are free from then on. And the person that comes in for weight, I tell them, I says, don't try to change your eating habits, not yet. Don't try to change your exercise habits, not yet. And when they come in 7 days later, by just listening to the CD, they've already got focused and they're already 5 pounds lighter.
His phone number is 602-547-0446. Call him, leave a message, and he's going to get right back to you. Believe me, guys, there's not just anything that you can think of. We're going to go through some of these things that he can help anybody with. Even in business, there's things that he can help people that are not motivated, or whatever it is. You're afraid to talk in front of people. Come on the radio, see what that's like. The number to call him direct at 602-547-0446. Check it out on the new website we're going to be putting out right now, just because all of his television segments are up there too, which is hypnotic1.net.
And the thing is when people come in, a lot of them know what they should do, but they won't do it. And there's two reasons people fail in life. I don't care what it is. Think about this, people. There's two reasons you fail. Either you don't know how to succeed, or you're not motivated enough. And it's usually always the motivation. Every person that's overweight knows they should cut out the sugars. They know they should cut out the alcohol, or whatever it is, but they just procrastinate and I'll do it tomorrow.
You just said the perfect word, procrastination. Well, that's what we're going to talk about for a second here too. Because, and not you, just you, a lot of the clients say, I listened to him for like I don't know, 3 years for Ted. I don't know how long they call. And they finally call. And that's why repetition is what it's all about. And you think that there's a reason why Geico's on every 7 minutes. You know it before it comes on. The reason why he's on here so much is because you guys, if you don't want to hear him anymore, deal with what you do. Call him and stop procrastinating. It's sort of true, isn't it?
Yeah. You know what? If you really don't believe in it, come in and prove me wrong. Because the simple fact is you're going to walk out looking at your situation totally different. Most people focus on their problem. Why? You focus on the solution and then focus on how your life's going to be better with it. So the thing is we just change your thinking habits. And we'll go back with hypnotic regression. We'll find out the underlying cause that keeps you going back to that problem and get rid of it.
You see, you just said something I didn't even know. Hypnotic regression.
Yeah. It's
never heard of it.
Well, we're under hypnosis, you have 100% total recall memory. Under hypnotic regression, you might go back to the age of 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe even inside the womb, because that fetus is feeling things and doing things inside the womb of mom. Whenever she's scared, well, the blood flows from her torso to her extremities. It's the fight or flight syndrome. That fetus feels it. It doesn't know how to understand it. And same way with a 4 or 5-year-old. They don't know how to understand things that's going on, but they feel it. And all of a sudden, that same feeling happens when they're 15, 20, 30, 40 years old. All of a sudden, it automatically triggers something.
And that's what he can do. He goes down to the root cause of the problem, and there's nothing, Doc, there's nothing you can help anyone not help with.
That's what a psychologist doesn't do. That's what a psychiatrist doesn't do. So that's why a good hypnotherapist does that. They get you educated, they get you motivated, and then they go back and eradicate the underlying problem, get rid of it.
That number to call again, it's 602-547-0446. Pick up the phone. If you want to walk on water, you got to get out of the boat. So get out of the boat, pick up the phone, and call them. 602-547-0446. It's hypnotic, the number one.com. You're going to get a free 60-minute consultation that comes along with an MP3 or a CD, whatever it is that you need. You take that home. You're going to love just having that. Also, he's going to make a customized program if you need it to meet your needs. He won't let you fail. It's a lifetime guarantee. There's no reason not to call and find out how he can help. 602-547-0446.
And you know what? We work with a lot of sports figures, otherwise the golfer. Golf is the easiest game to learn. It's the hardest one to master. All of a sudden, if you got that same slice hitting you all the time, or that same hole that's doing the same thing all the time, you've got that virus in your mind that says, hey, I'm going to slice it. The football player that kind of, if he's not on his game, he's not in the zone, then he's not doing the performance that he needs. And you can practice all you want, but you have to train the mind. And every professional athlete knows that. They know what it is to get in the zone. Every professional out there that has a business, they know what it is to get in the zone. And it's just kind of like a farmer. You got to take and till the soil up first and plant the seed. You don't get instant results. It takes a little while. It may take you 2 weeks to take and change your whole lifetime of depression in 2 weeks. I would think that'd be well worth it.
The number to call again, it's 602-547-0446. It's Hypnotic, the number one.net. Check it out on that new one. He's got the television segments up there, and it's pretty cool. I want to go in really quickly with a couple of different things, because there's a lot of people that deal with things like this. Panic attacks.
Panic attacks. Otherwise, it's fear. It didn't just all of a sudden happen to you. You started practicing and you started training your mind to get scared of something, and it gets worse and worse and worse. And so when you come in, we get rid of it almost instantly.
How about this one? Anger issues. We're all angry.
Anger issues. People go from stress right into anger, especially men out there. So the thing is, we get rid of the anger issues because you get rid of the underlying problem.
How do you help people with self-esteem?
Self-esteem is how you look at yourself. If you're looking at yourself, you're depressed, you're pulling yourself down. It's like a magnet pulling the steel down toward it. We take and get rid of that magnet. We take and get rid of that depression, and we automatically start motivating motivating you to start looking at yourself in the mirror and say, gosh, I love you.
602-547-0446. How about this one? How about, I want to see some of these. I saw one there. You can help people with nail biting.
Nail biting, that's kind of simple. Nail biting, hair pulling, eyebrow pulling,
Any obsessions.
digging on the face, cutting yourself. These are all cries out for help. And when you come in, we don't pigeonhole you in giving you some kind of name for it. We just take and get rid of it.
Okay, weight. We already know that we can do weight and drugs and all of that.
Nobody wants to go out and, if you're overweight, you don't like exercise, and you don't like to give up your sugar or the salts or certain foods, and we know you need to. So if I put you on a diet, that's not going to work. And if I send you down to the health club for an hour a day, that's not going to work, because you could have done that on your own. All of a sudden, we retrain your mind so that you eat less, and you start eliminating some of the processed foods. You start drinking more water, and maybe if you only work out and train 2 minutes a day, 2 minutes a day, you start taking off your weight.
602-547-0446. It's Hypnotic, the number one.net. Go check it out. It's really cool. He's got the TV segments up there. For some people in work, increasing sales?
That's right. How many salesmen wouldn't like to double their income? I didn't say double your workload, double your income, so that when you're out there, you're automatically taking and achieving your goals.
I'll tell you something. It's a free 30 to 60-minute consultation that you're going to get with that MP3 or the CD, whatever it is that you need. It's a customized program to meet your needs. He will not let you fail. It's a lifetime guarantee. Pick up the phone. Give him a call. The number is 602-547-0446.